With the recent release of Rebels Season 5, with the recent release of the Ahsoka series, I thought what better time than now to go back and rank every LEGO Star Wars Rebels set from worst to first. Like always, polybags and full packs won't be counted for this list because they're mainly given away as freebies, so it wouldn't be fair to compare them to actual retail sets. The worst LEGO Star Wars Rebels set is easily the Imperial Troop Transport. I get this is a battle pack and all, but I'm not really a fan of the downsides in Imperial Troop Transport. Personally, I would have preferred it if LEGO made a full-size set for like 40 or 50 bucks, but when it comes to battle pack builds, this is definitely on the higher end. I've seen people complain that the Stormtrooper helmets in this set are bad, but like, come on, they're basically one-to-one with the Rebels art style, although the inclusion of stud shooters has really dated this set. This set is okay. You get two decent speeder bikes as well as Season 1 Ezra and Sabine minifigures for 20 bucks, which is a pretty good deal. It's just really basic for LEGO Star Wars standards. Now I know I just call Ezra's speeder bike a basic set, but Kanan's speeder bike is a whole different story. I just think Kanan's speeder's design had more of an interesting design, plus you can attach cargo to the back of the speeder like in the show, which is pretty cool. But for a retail price of 30 bucks, it could have been better. Like throw in a market stand or something, because what's stopping the set from retailing for €20 instead? This is a near perfect rendition of the first Phantom LEGO form, but what the hell is up with the random spring-loaded shooter on the top? I get that in universe the ship has a gun on the roof, but like, who looked at this and was like, yeah, this is a fire design, release it. Thankfully, with LEGO being LEGO, you can easily customize the set by removing the spring-loaded shooter and simply adding tiles in its place. Apart from the tumor, the only other problems with this set are the retail price at 30 bucks. That's a bit of a reach on LEGO's part. The second problem is with the Ezra minifigure itself. The minifigure's skin tone is way too light compared to what he looks like in this show, which was also a problem at the time for Clone Trooper minifigures and Boba Fett minifigures, although thankfully LEGO have introduced more accurate face prints since, so hopefully they'll do the same for Ezra when he inevitably gets a new minifigure. To be honest, I've never been a huge fan of this set. While the design is spot on to what we see in the show, for some reason the color scheme just isn't correct. In the show, Phoenix Home is green, which is what this set is probably trying to replicate because of the minifigure selection, so I guess it could have just been an issue of LEGO basing the color scheme off of concept art provided by Disney or Lucasfilm, or maybe this really is supposed to be just a random rebel ship, but that raises the question of including Commander Sato, plus Ahsoka's lightsabers are flat out the wrong color, which has thankfully been fixed this year. Although for €120, LEGO could include more than 3 minifigures and an astromech. This is easily the best LEGO chopper design though. The Wookiee gunship is a really neat set. It's got such a unique color scheme for a Star Wars ship, although 70 bucks seems a little bit too much. I think 40 to 50 would have been optimal. The TIE Advanced prototype is such an underrated TIE fighter. The curved design for the wings helps it to stand out from most Imperial ships, although it loses that curviness in LEGO form, looking more like a traditional TIE Advanced, which I guess is supposed to be the point. The minifigure selection is perfect. You get the Grand Inquisitor, a TIE pilot, and an Imperial officer, which is great, since LEGO realistically only needed to include the Grand Inquisitor. This set probably should have been 35 or 40 bucks instead of 50. As a display piece, the Imperial Assault Carrier is near perfection. You get a couple of microscale TIE fighters attached to the underside of the ship like in Universe, and a decent minifigure selection with the highlights being Sabine and Agent Callus, who comes with his hairpiece instead of his usual ISB agent helmet for a nice bit of variation. Plus, clear dome astromechs always look cool in LEGO form. Although for a playset, which is clearly what the set is being advertised as, it could have been better because there's essentially no interior. Still though, a great set, and to some extent was a mini resurrection of midi-scale sets from 2010, but with the added benefit of minifigures. Honestly, this might be the most accurate LEGO set ever. This is just a straight up perfect rendition of the AT-DP in LEGO, being the cheapest way to get a complete Agent Callus minifigure. My only complaint with the set is that the exposed technic at the back of the head looks a bit iffy, but if LEGO were to ever remake this set, they wouldn't really have to change much, which is something you can only say for a very select amount of LEGO sets. Another perfect set is the second Phantom. It's essentially one-to-one with what we see in later seasons of Rebels, and has phenomenal minifigures with Blind Kane from Season 3, and the GOAT, Admiral Thrawn, who costs a small loan of $1 million on the aftermarket. LEGO, I beg you, please make a new Thrawn minifigure for the love of everything that's sacred. However, the biggest flaw this set has is retailing for 40 bucks. In what world is this 40 bucks? At maximum, this set should have been 20, but instead, LEGO decided to double that price for whatever reason. Probably Tron. I'm kinda shocked LEGO didn't repurpose the set design later on for a remake of the separate shell from 2009, because this is just the perfect set. When it comes to the €100 ship double pack sets, not many of them are really worth the price, but this set in particular is an outlier. You get both a decently sized A-Wing and TIE Advanced, as well as some banger minifigures like Lando, Sabine, Vader, and even Grand Moff Tarkin. Honestly, if LEGO were to release this set today, I wouldn't be complaining. Rex's AT-TE is simply a fantastic set for €130. It's yet again a near perfect rendition in LEGO form with some highly wanted minifigures like the Fifth Brother, Old Man Rex, Wolf Gregor, and a random ass Stormtrooper, which is certainly an inclusion. Although the inclusion of the Fifth Brother over Callus is a bit odd, since the Fifth Brother never stepped foot on Sealos during the course of Rebels, but it's cool nonetheless. Let's be honest with ourselves, the best LEGO Star Wars Rebels set is the Ghost. For $100, this is an incredible deal. Plus, you even have a way to connect either the first or second Phantom to the back of the ship, just like in the show. There was even a bundle that included the first Phantom, which goes for a hefty price nowadays. The minifigure selection is decent, but the inclusion of a random Stormtrooper is weird over another Spectre, but that doesn't really take away from the overall quality of the build. In the end, the Rebels sets were surprisingly incredibly accurate to the source material, despite the so-so retail prices and odd minifigure selections depending on the set. Unfortunately though, a lot of these sets have become outrageously expensive on the aftermarket, particularly with the very hyped sets like the Ghost or Rex's AT-TE. Hopefully someday LEGO decides to go back and remake more of these sets, like the AT-DP or Vader's TIE Fighter vs A-Wing. With all that said though, let me know your set rankings in the comments, and if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell to stay notified for my future LEGO videos. And until next time, see ya.